I'm Dave, by the way. Hi.
Hi, Dave.
So I like to point out all the main covers and stuff that you have out here so that you understand what's going on.
This is for Sharon since she can't be here.
So first one's going to be the water meter cover here.
Okay.
So this is where the water comes from the street or from the city to your house, and I'll show you where your water shutoff is.
Oh, where this cover is right here?
This cover right here.
Oh, this cover right there.
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
This is actually one city's installation as well. It's part of their backflow that they have for the water here with the city. The city of Vallejo has so many restrictions and codes. It's crazy. So, but anyway, underneath here you'll just find a valve that supplies water to your main water shutoff, which you'll use if for some reason your main water shutoff fails. You could use this to shut the water off.
Okay.
This cover is just a little electrode thing that they come by and they scan, and this is how they get the reading off the meter. So,
rather than having to open it up.
Well, yeah, you know, save everybody 30 seconds, right?
Yeah. Well, or maybe 2 minutes.
Maybe. So the next one's going to be your sewer cover here. So this is where all of your plumbing comes from the house to this point. Okay. So from here out, it's going to be the city's responsibility for any issues, backups, whatnot. From this point towards your house, if there were any plumbing backups, your warranty is going to cover it. And I'll give you some more information about that as far as what we'll help you with as far as plumbing backups and whatnot. Okay. Basically, first 60 days, we'll help you with any plumbing backups. After that, it's your responsibility to get the footwork going. Okay. Should they find it's our issue, our installations, obviously we'll step in and we'll make everything right for you and reimburse whatever costs you may have. Okay. Okay. Going around this way, unfortunately, you won't get to keep the nice handle in front of your house, but just wanted to talk a little bit about your landscaping. You got the biggest lot, I think, in the whole neighborhood here, especially as far as landscaping. Good news, you don't got to worry about any of this. Bad news, you got a lot of plants to keep an eye on as far as if they're dying or if they're not getting enough water. And basically, your job is just to be a set of eyes. And then you just
notify you guys.
Not even us, the HOA.
The HOA, okay.
Once we're 60% built here, we're going to turn the whole development over to the HOA, and then they're responsible.
And what percentage are you built now?
I think we're at 40. I think 40 something, almost 50. Okay. I think. Yeah. And so basically, anything that's going wrong with this, you'll contact the HOA. They'll go ahead and send a team out, and they'll take care of it for you. And that includes any trash blowing around, obviously dead plants, trees that are loose, or anything like that as well. Okay. And your lot goes all the way around the corner too. So you want to keep an eye on everything. We use recycled water here, so if you got pets, kids, all that stuff, obviously you don't want them drinking that water. But you got a lot of side yard here to take a look at. And again, it's the HOA's responsibility to take care of all this stuff. But with it being on your lot, I'm sure you're going to want to have nice looking plants and stuff. So take a walk and check it out every now and then. Okay. Okay. Every plant does have a drip line going to it. Every single plant has a drip line going to it. So there is a lot of irrigation going through this, and it is dug down just below the tan bark and whatnot too. So just so you know. Okay. Only reason I bring that up is if you did have a dog or something, they're digging around, they might, get into something there.
2 cats, and they are confined to the backyard.
There you go. All right, so we got to worry about that. Okay, and then over here you'll find some irrigation controls. These irrigation controls, again, aren't anything for you to worry about. Just know that they're here. They're going to be irrigation controls that will work the whole street, I believe, up to the next house after this one. Okay. So just so you know, just so does
like every plant have a dripper by it?
Every plant has a drip line going to it.
So if the plant's not doing well, it's probably there's something wrong with the drip line.
The drip maybe got disconnected, got clogged, or something like that.
So let's keep an eye on it until the HOA.
That's it. Yep. Okay. That's your job, just to be a set of eyes on the exterior. Okay. Okay. You got a nice big driveway here as well. So basically, you'll have to check with the HOA on what you can and can't put on your porch, decorative lights, things like that. As far as what's visible from the street, there are certain things you got to follow. Yeah. You can't change paint color without their permission and all that good stuff too. So just check the HOA out.
They just want it to look nice and presentable for everyone.
Exactly. They don't want any big drastic changes or anything like that. Yeah. Okay. You got multiple lights here on the exterior, and we'll show you how those switches work as we go in. You might have already seen that as you've been, going through the house already. Yep. So moving our way up here, this is where your main water shutoff supply is going to be. Okay. Okay. So any gas lines, water lines, if the valves are in line with the pipe, that means that they're on. So if we wanted to shut the water off to your house,
that's for the whole. That's for the whole house.
Shut the whole house water off. Yes.
Okay.
Is this got sprinklers?
Sprinkler, yes, sir. Fire sprinkler.
And the bottom one is the sprinklers.
Fire sprinklers.
Oh,
yes. Fire sprinklers, not irrigation. Fire sprinklers.
Oh, so the fire sprinklers will still work even if you shut off water to the whole house.
You still have fire protection. Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
But if the fire sprinklers go off for an erroneous reason, you probably want to hit that one.
That's the one you want to do.
Okay.
If you do that one, you won't shut any fire sprinklers up. Yeah, so that's
But if we do that one, does that kill the whole house or
It
just
does.
the
It'll
fire?
kill the whole house.
The whole
Yeah,
house
it'll kill
too.
the whole house.
So that one's the whole house minus the fire sprinklers,
Correct.
and the bottom one is the whole house and the fire.
So maintenance, leaks,
Yeah.
changing a fixture.
Toilets.
That's the toilets, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Fire, 911
Everything.
first, and then that.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And then over here is our fire riser control board, or control panel.
Okay.
Well, not really panel, but it just shows you our gauges. The test valve, really nothing for you to worry about there, but this just gives you a little bit of idea of what's going on. So nothing for you to do here, except if your fire sprinklers do go off.
Do we ever test that, or is that for somebody else?
That would be a fire protection.
So we don't do that.
No,
Okay,
there's
great.
no reason
Good
for you
to know.
test that.
Great.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
touch it. Okay.
Don't touch it. And then we do have extra fire sprinkler heads here for you, should you have to change them out. So it's good to go.
How would we know if we had to change one out?
Well, if one was activated, you can't use it again because the filaments that are in them, they pop.
Oh, it's like a breaker.
Yeah, can you see the filament? Yeah, so if you look in there, you see the little yellow filament. So that plastic filament will melt or pop.
Yeah.
And then that's what activates the fire sprinkler.
Okay.
So then you have to replace it.
Like a breaker.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Kind of like, like a fuse, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it.
Okay.
Okay. So before we go all the way in, I want to go to the side yard here real quick.
Okay.
Just talk about your electrical box here and your gas meter. Okay.
Yes.
So you got your breakers all set up here for the whole house.
Yes.
Okay. You got your pre-wire for the car chargers already set up there as well.
Okay.
What else do I want to tell you about? Solar.
Yep.
Solar. So everything's switched on right now. So when you move in, you don't have a car charger, feel free to pop that off. You don't have solar, feel free to pop that off.
Okay.
We just have to have it on for codes and inspections and all that stuff. So it's up to you if you want to leave it on. It's not really a big fire hazard if you do or don't, but some people just feel more comfortable shutting them off since they're not using them.
Sure.
So electrical meter, communication box. So all of your wiring for data, phone lines, all that fun stuff is in there. Okay.
Now, I understand this. They run all this stuff underground, so the stuff's all there. I just need to call them and activate.
Correct. Yeah. So you just got to figure out who you want to use.
Yeah.
And everything should be pretty
You
much plug and play.
You have Comcast in there already?
Everything's all set up for you.
Okay, great.
Gas meter.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that the earthquake shutoff valve?
Yes. Yep,
Okay.
Sure
great.
is.
Okay.
Decorative light hookup. Looked like you opted for the pre-wire there.
Yeah, for the Christmas lights.
Also got the photo cell here for your coach lights as well. I believe this is going to work the coach light here on the garage, and then the other ones are going to be on switches. This is going to be on a switch on the.
So do we have a photo cell and a light switch, or just a photo cell?
I believe, if I remember how they told me, this lights here are going to be photo cell.
Just photo cell.
And then these over here are going to be on the
light switch.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. You might know more about that than me because I believe you chose that in your options because our houses don't come with coach lights.
Okay.
Those are all option things for you. So.
Okay.
Just wanted to show you some penetrations that you can see coming out. That's actually the fire sprinkler tester. So if you hit that test valve in
It'll
there,
go whoosh.
Exactly. This is where you would see all the pressure and whatnot coming out.
But we're not going to.
We're not doing that.
Building inspector.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
So, do you want to tell them how to reset this?
We don't touch those. We don't touch them. We don't talk about these whatsoever.
I'll tell them.
Okay.
You can. I'm not
Thank
going to
you,
be
John.
liable for that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's PG&E's equipment, so we don't mess or talk about.
Like
that.
if somebody comes in here with a wheelbarrow and bumps this thing hard, that might set that.
Yeah.
And then you need to know what to do.
Right.
Because otherwise no more gas.
Right, but we don't educate on that part.
Okay.
Of it, though.
Thank you, John.
Yes.
PG&E didn't supply the earthquake.
I believe so.
That's interesting.
I believe so.
Okay.
All right, so some other penetrations coming out. You'll see that the exhaust here for the water heater.
These right here?
Yep, those are exhausts for the water heater coming out.
Okay.
Right below you're going to see the condensation line and the pressure relief. Oh, that's locked. Let me open that real quick.
Okay.
It's nice, buddy.
Thanks, John.
All right. So little one's condensation line.
Yeah.
Big one's pressure relief.
Okay.
You'll see condensation coming pretty regularly as long as you're using the water heater. And then pressure relief, you should only see if there is a little bit of pressure in the line. But with the tankless water heaters, we don't really have that issue. They haven't changed the code yet. You still got to put a pressure relief valve on any water heater that you have.
Okay.
But this would be the pressure relief valve there. Some people say, but there's nothing in the manual to say that you're supposed to do that every 30 days to relieve the pressure there. But
what's the pressure relief valve for?
this one right
What's
here.
it do?
So if there's any pressure built up,
Yeah.
it automatically relieves itself.
And
so
what?
this is for tanked water heaters.
Oh.
So tanked water heaters, you know, they build up pressure in them
Yeah.
and everything, and so this would release itself every now and then just so that you didn't have an issue.
Okay.
So we have to put them on because they haven't changed code yet for tankless water heaters. Since they're a fairly new tech,
Oh,
we
okay.
still have to put the pressure relief valve on any water heater installation.
Okay.
So it's really there.
There's only supposed to be so much pressure in that pipe.
Correct.
If for some reason it exceeds that amount, you
It'll-
have a safety valve.
And it'll do it automatically for you.
And
You
go
don't have
outside.
to do
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to
And
do
then-
anything.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
you'll see exactly where it came out. See a little water popped out of there for you.
Oh, right
Okay.
there.
Yep.
Great.
You
Awesome.
guys don't put a neutralizer on the condensate drain, huh?
No, that's not code here. Livermore we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Won't be
again,
able to grow anything there.
every city's it'll start to grow for you though eventually. A little bit of green mold there. Plumbing clean out.
Okay.
Sewer clean out for you. Drains all throughout the backyard. Everything's graded towards the street. So I'm assuming you're gonna have yards landscaping
Yeah,
at some
yep.
point. Just be sure if they dig them up, they got to grade them back to the street. They really shouldn't have to go that far down. They would really just be backfilling, and if anything, and then obviously they should know what to do with the drain caps and everything.
Yep.
Condenser unit for your HVAC.
Okay.
Breaker panel. You can check this if you lose power, but we usually do, this is not the issue.
If we lose power to the air conditioning,
Yeah, if you lose service to the air conditioning,
there's a breaker in
There's a
there.
breaker
It's
right
usually
here.
not the issue,
that's
but
usually
that's
not
where the
issue,
breaker
but
is.
that's where the breaker
Okay,
is.
great.
If you're going to lose AC or if you're going to lose condenser, it's going to be usually because the furnace shuts it down.
Okay.
From overheating. Our furnaces are pretty safe.
Okay.
So if you don't change your filter pretty regularly, it senses that and it'll shut down the whole system. Yeah. So
Change your air conditioner filters.
the filter. Yeah.
How often should those be changed?
You should be doing that every 3 to 4 months right now in the construction zone.
Yeah.
After that, every 6 months usually is
Because
best.
there's more dust now.
Correct. More
Okay.
dust. And then, we got a couple other systems in the house to help keep the air cleaner in the house so you don't have to open the windows. We have a fresh air fan or an all house fan, we call it, so that
Okay.
you can get air in the house without opening the windows and getting all that dust and pollen and all that stuff that you don't want in the house. And that
Okay.
helps with the air filter as well.
Okay.
So.
Is that set on humidity, timer?
Both. So you can program it for a timer, and it also is a smart sensor. So you see the sensor up here underneath the eaves there. You see the freeze block holes, and then there's
this
a wire.
This thing right here?
Nope, all the way up above, right above this third floor window.
Oh, that little thing up there?
Yep, that's a sensor for your all house fan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it only runs if it makes sense.
Okay.
So since you're pulling air from outside, so whether it's humid air or hot air, it won't pull it in if it doesn't match the temperature or improve the temperature of the house.
Okay.
So if it's like super hot outside, you got it nice and cool in the house.
It's not gonna pull
It's
that.
not going to pull the air out. Right.
So-
Same thing for the humidity too.
So part of that is because the houses are so tight these days.
Yes.
That
Yes.
they need to keep humidity from building up.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So we have all kinds of anti-humidity things in the house. The all house fans, one of them, our exhaust fans have hemostats on them, humidity sensors, and they'll turn themselves on if the humidity gets to be too great.
Mm-hmm.
And then your smart thermostat downstairs also does the same thing. It reads the humidity in the room and adjusts its performance based on that. So,
Okay.
more power for you here outside.
Yeah.
Actually, you got a bunch of power. It looks like you went
Out-
crazy with the
out-
electrical outside.
Outdoor living.
I love it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got
we're
the
gonna
yard for it,
Look at the
man.
yard.
Right.
Sure.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna have a cooking area. There's a hot tub on the other side.
man, that's-
So a cooking area, a little dining area, a hot tub.
Okay.
Yeah, those are all on switches back
When's
here.
the housewarming party?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, so then you have it. This is your condenser for, excuse me, not condenser, condensation line for your HVAC. So you're going to have condensation coming out of there if you're running your heater or your air conditioner all the same. Okay, and that'll be pretty regular. However, you see this pipe that's up here and underneath this eave, above this window again.
Yeah.
That is your secondary condensation line all the way up. Okay. If for some reason you see water coming out of that secondary condensation line all
There
the
we
way
go.
up there, that means you got an issue with your primary condensation line on your HVAC system.
That's the secondary one.
That's the secondary up there.
Condensation
Like an
line.
overflow.
Overflow,
So that's
exactly.
Like
right.
means there's
So,
something wrong with this one.
Yep. So your furnace is sitting on a drain pan.
Okay.
And obviously your furnace is going to create condensation.
Yeah.
And so we drain it down to the primary.
Yeah.
We got the drain pan graded so that it goes to the primary, but if for some reason something clogged that up, some insulation, debris, whatever the case may be, it would fill up to the secondary and then drain out of the secondary.
Okay.
We don't want that to be a forever thing.
Yeah,
we want that's a safety. So if you ever see water coming out of that, and that's why we put it outside of a window so that you can see it dripping outside of the window.
Yeah.
You let us know, or if you're outside of your warranty, you got to let an HVAC company know, or even a plumber could help you out there. And it's just
condensation overflow.
Exactly.
Right. So if it's coming out of there, something's already broken.
There's an issue coming out of there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coming out of there, fine. That's supposed to come out of there.
Occasionally.
No,
all the time.
As long as you're running your HVAC system,
it's gonna drip.
Something coming out of there.
Okay.
Especially when you run your AC.
Especially when you run your AC.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah. Right there. When you walk outside, it'll drip right on your head.
Exactly.
Yo!
I want you to notice.
Yo! Should have centered it right on that step there.
Gas stub for you there.
Yeah.
Okay. More water supply.
Yep.
Porch light that'll work on a switch out there as well.
Yep.
More electrical, another clean out. That'll be for your kitchen sink there and whatnot.
Yep.
Coming around, you got more drainage.
Yep.
You'll see penetrations like this. These are exhaust fan penetrations coming out. What is that going to be? That's your hood, actually. Your kitchen hood. Yeah. Your hood vent.
That's the kitchen hood.
John's
Okay.
on it. You been in this house before, John?
No. He's a builder over in Marin.
Where are we at here? Laundry room. So your washing machine's going to sit on a drain pan. Okay. So there's
If it overflows, it's coming out there.
minor overflows.
Minor overflows.
Minor, not like gushing
Whoosh,
bubbles and stuff.
yeah.
Right. Leaks, malfunctions of the machine.
Yeah.
So minor water things.
Yeah.
It's not designed to grab a bunch of water because you'll see the pan. It's only about an inch tall or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Whole bunch more electrical. You'll probably know what this is better than me.
240 for your hot tub?
That's for the hot tub.
Okay.
Did you ask for 240 for the hot tub?
Yes.
I would assume so.
Yep.
Yeah. You got a whole bunch of stuff that I have never seen on our houses before.
Outdoor living.
I love it, man. I love it. Okay, cool. So no other penetrations to talk about here other than your huge yard that you have here.
Lovely.
Just to note, drainage is only here close to the house. You got nothing over there. So if you do plan on doing any kind of, plants or anything like that, you may want to think about some extra drainage if you're doing irrigation and things like that. So
Okay.
just something to keep
And
in
these
mind.
drains run to where?
Straight out.
They just daylight to the street?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see when you go outside, we just got the little cutouts in the curbs. Okay. And they come pop, and they pop. You'll see them when you
So
go out there.
this just makes sure that you don't get standing water too close to the house and the foundation.
Correct. Correct.
If the rest of the yard gets soggy and moldy, well, that's not such a problem.
Not a big problem. I mean, more of an inconvenience, but yes, we want to keep the house and foundation as
Yes.
safe as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll see that's why we got all of our gutters plumbed into the ground,
Oh, great.
so
Great.
they don't create a problem anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to have those ugly splash guards.
Nice.
Splash blocks sitting there. Okay. Any questions in the yard at all? I don't think I missed anything.
John?
It's a hell of a yard.
I know, huh? Great.
All right, guys, we'll step right back into the garage here.
Oh, yeah, we're thinking about entertaining.
Maybe, right? Okay, garage time, guys.
Okay.
So, water heater we talked a little bit about already.
Yep.
Tankless water heater, very cool tech. Hot water on demand, basically. Think about it that way. So
Yep.
it's not going to make hot water until you ask it to by turning on a hot water source, shower, faucet. We have it set to 120.
Okay.
You cannot go more than 120, but you can
He told
drop
us
it
that.
down if you wanted to.
Okay.
Only reason you do that would be for scolding purposes for kids or much elderly people. that,
Do most people just leave it on 120?
just leave it on 120. That's
Okay.
the optimal,
Do you-
the manufacturer recommended setting.
It's okay. My wife's very energy conscious.
Okay.
And does you save much energy by putting on at a lower temperature?
No. I mean,
It doesn't store water.
It doesn't.
But it doesn't-
Right. So it's not keeping your 150 gallons of
Okay.
water hot all the time. So
Okay.
that's where you're wasting the energy, is when you got to keep that tank of water
Okay.
ready. So you'll experience a difference in performance. I mean, it's going to be good once you get used to it. You'll love it. But it may take the water a bit longer to get hot from what
Okay.
you're used to.
Okay.
And for a couple reasons. We don't have it already hot. It's got to make it, which it makes it pretty quick. But we got to send it up to the attic, to our mana block or our distribution block, and then it gets sent out throughout the rest of the house. So your first hot water charge for the day might take a little longer,
Okay.
but throughout the rest of the day, it shouldn't be too bad.
Okay.
Do you have research on that?
We don't, and that's what I was gonna say. There is something that you can do. You can install a recirculation pump up there if you wanted to, but that's nothing that we
in the
provide.
attic.
That would be in the attic.
You got access to
Yes.
aid and return
Yep.
right there.
Yep. There is access up there
Okay.
to do that. Some people do it, some people don't. It's just really a preference, and you'll see if it really is bothersome for you, because it could take up to a minute and a half. You know,
it's great to know.
Yeah, you can cut it in half. Those are like for showers. Most people have the issue with the showers, right?
Yeah.
So if you pop the shower on and then just pop the hot water faucet on right next to it, it'll cut the time in half. So,
great tip. Yeah. Great tip.
Some people might go, well, you're using more water. Well, maybe, but at the same time, you know, how much
you're using less energy because you don't have a tank.
Exactly.
Right.
And if you really, and what I tell people is, if that's a big issue, then get a bucket, get a 5-gallon bucket, and the cold water coming out of the shower, you could use that on a flush on your next flush for the toilet, and then you can really feel better about, you know, not wasting the water and stuff like that. So
does that recirculation block cut down on the time a lot, John?
It will.
How expensive are they?
Not much at all. Usually the problem is trying to get the return line.
Right.
But if you've got access to both of them right there, it'll be a piece of cake. In fact, I got 2 of them sitting in Tracy's.
Oh, okay, awesome.
You built for it?
Sire company.
For
Scott Warner Builders. But they're remodelers. We don't.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, occasionally we do.
You got a good guy in your corner right here. So we create the hot water with the gas. Okay, so this is your gas valve.
Okay.
Again, in line with the pipe on, against the pipe off. Cold water from the street, hot water that's made out to the house, into the house. Okay, so you can shut those off if you ever needed to.
Okay.
Talked about condensation and then pressure relief.
Okay.
We got it plugged into a dedicated GFCI.
Okay.
We don't recommend plugging anything else in here, because if you were to trip that, then obviously you use hot water.
Not good. Okay.
And you got plenty of outlets throughout your nice big garage here. 10 garage as well. We don't finish our garages. This is the way it's going to be when you get the house.
Understand.
Let's see.
But it's been drywalled and taped.
Drywall and tape, so really all you would need is texturing and paint.
Yeah.
If you want to even go that far, most people just throw paint. You know, you might see some of the tape lines and whatnot, but it gives it a bit more of a finished appearance.
Yeah.
A little epoxy and you'll be good to go. So let's see, extra floorboards. We leave all.
Oh, I was going to ask. Oh, you are leaving extras.
Yep.
Great,
Yep.
thank you.
Anything extra that we have, we normally leave only because we're not going to put it in another house, and this is great for warranty or for repairs later on.
Exactly.
You know, colors may not match up on the
Later,
next order.
yeah.
So yeah, you want to treat that like money.
Did you leave any tiles around from the
Whatever
bathroom?
we have, we left.
It's right there. Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like just wood right now.
All right, thank you.
Here in the garage, just want to point out your fire sprinklers. They are uncovered. In the house, they are covered, so it gives it a nice finished appearance.
Yeah.
We talked about the filament being what activates the fire sprinkler.
Yeah.
165 degrees, that filament should pop, and then that'll activate the fire sprinkler. This one fire sprinkler will cover this whole garage.
Oh, okay. It's pretty extensive.
And the way it works is that the other ones won't go off until that heat source is present in its area.
Okay.
To make that filament bust or pop or something, and then those will go off. They pump out a ridiculous amount of water, so it's going to flood the place in a heartbeat. So get yourself safe, get everybody contained, or everybody safe, and then get that thing shut off as soon as you can.
Do those things ever go off accidentally?
Only if you bumped them.
Yeah.
If you bumped them?
Only if you bumped them. So if you end up painting, if you end up doing this place, be very careful about those, because all it takes is a tap.
But if somebody was smoking a joint underneath one.
No, so that's Hollywood magic, man.
No.
That's a myth.
Heat.
Yeah, it's all about heat, not smoke.
A lot more heat than that.
165 degrees.
That's a lot of heat.
So
Okay.
that's gonna be a big old cigarette.
A Bob Marley sized joint. Okay.
Big old one. So let's see. Where are we at now? Fire sprinklers, good to go. Garage door system, I'm assuming you've owned one before, you've operated one before, a garage door?
Just recently.
Just recently?
Yeah, we're in Winning, yeah.
Okay.
We had a 1926 bungalow in Oakland for 15 years.
They don't have garages there,
Well, we had one in the back.
Oh, but it's an old school manual?
Yeah, manual, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so briefly, garage door here works very well. This is your home button for it, up and down. Okay, see how that works for you?
Great.
You can stop it anywhere just by pushing the button again, one time. Okay, so you can have it open halfway, quarter of the way, 3/4 of the way. Okay. You got some safeties to know about. So John's standing over there. John's going to demonstrate it for us. So as soon as you break that safety beam, so if you look down, right by John's foot, you see that safety beam there?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got one on the other side over here. If something's blocking that beam, the door will not operate. Okay. And also it's got a pressure sensor too. Okay. You see, he crossed his foot in that beam, and the door came up. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll never close this on anything, anybody, and it also has a pressure sensor. So John, just go ahead and grab it. So as soon as it fills in,
Nice.
it'll go back up.
Great.
Okay?
Okay.
Emergency release cables, should you lose power to the
Yeah.
house, you got your cars in here, you still want to get out, you just pop this down and that deactivates it from the trolley, and you see you can manually now work this door. Okay?
Great.
And the door is spring assisted, so it is easy enough to do it. You know,
By hand.
No big news, you know, but that's a one-handed job for anybody for the most part.
And now will it just start working with power again?
So if you get power again, you can just go ahead and hit that, and then pop this back up, and then the trolley will pick it up on the way.
What did you just do? You popped
You
it.
just pop it back. So you just pull it. So it's better if you can see it this way here. So you see this, you see how it moves?
So that releases it.
That releases it, and then that locks it back in place.
Wait, do it one more time.
Released,
Yeah.
locked back into place.
Ah,
And
okay.
then you can either manually make it go back. I don't know if I'll be tall enough. And it picks it back up.
Okay.
So now you're engaged again.
Okay.
Okay?
Great.
Maintenance for you, hinges here, once a year. A little shot of some lithium grease goes a long way. Any kind
Okay.
of, any kind of lubrication will work, but we really recommend the lithium grease spray.
You said for the hinges?
Hinges, yes, hinges, and then also here on the wheels, on the axle points here. Try to keep any product off of the tracks. We don't want the wheels slipping. We want the wheels holding the weight of the door. Yeah, so when you spray it,
You want to get it right. You want
it that way.
But you want it on the wheels too?
Here, you want to hit it in here.
Right on that little.
Boom, there, and then you hit all the hinge points too.
So right where the silver meets the wheel, where the
Correct.
ball bearings are.
Correct.
But not on the outside of the wheel, which is going to roll over the track.
Correct.
Okay, great. Thank you.
What's up, Raj?
I'm glad I bought this.
Yeah.
It's going to be handy later. I'll never remember all of it.
To do that once a year.
Huh?
You don't have to do that once a year. But
It's good to
you'll-
know.
You'll know. It'll start to be squeaky or wiggly or stuff like that. But I mean, people have these doors for 20 years and never reach it. And I go in and go like, oh, you fix your garage door.
All right.
Okay.
Programming.
Yeah.
Right here.
What is
Okay.
that?
These buttons, series of buttons here, that's
Yeah.
what you use to program. Manual and everything will be inside the kitchen in your homework drawer where the rest of your
You
fun.
say program what?
You can program.
Program your car remote. So your car, your visor maybe has a remote or a built-in remote in your
Oh, yeah.
car, possibly. So you can program your car remotes, or if you bought more remotes, this is how you would program it. So those are the buttons that you would use
Okay.
to program the remotes. You're gonna be issued two
Yeah.
car remotes already
Okay.
that you can clip on your visors, and they'll
Okay,
already be
great.
programmed, you know? But if you got more, that's how you would program them, those buttons there.
Now, quick question. So the last time I talked to Peter, he said they were going to put a little code thing here on like the frame
Yeah,
of the wall.
that's something Peter does as like a move-in gift for
Okay.
homeowners, but we don't put those types of installations on until you guys are getting ready to move in.
Ah, I see. Okay.
A lot of things we don't put into the house that are extras that
Until
you
it's
get
final.
until it's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Not only because we don't want those things to get damaged, but sometimes they grow legs and walk away.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we don't know everybody specifically that works here. We know the contractors, but we don't know who they employ.
It's a big place.
So exactly.
I know.
So we try to keep everything as safe as possible. RF receiver. So this is what's going to receive the signals when you use your remote. So don't cut that. Or that. You want to leave that.
You leave that there, that string. Okay.
Okay. Options. You've already got this, but we leave it all for you as well.
Okay.
You got a bunch more stuff over there. So flooring, electrical diagrams, all that fun stuff is all there.
Okay.
And then of course this is your list of all the options that you have in the house themselves. Pin
Yep.
codes and whatnot are also there for you.
Yep.
Car charger. Okay.
Great.
Solar. Okay. Oh, you got an extra one. What is your extra one? Oh, probably for your spa maybe.
Where is the switch for the Christmas package?
Switch.
Yeah.
Probably going to be one of the 1,000 switches that you have in the house that I don't know what they go to. That's your porch light. So if you have a switch, it's probably going to be at the front door. Like
Okay.
you'll see
Okay.
so many switches in your buddy that I've never seen. You know, like your house is loaded with options, which is awesome, but it makes it a little bit challenging to figure out what switch is which.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to be one of those.
Okay.
Yeah. You're the first house to have a Christmas package that I've serviced here. You know, so.
We figure we're just gonna put up something reasonable and nice and just leave it there.
And it's so convenient,
Here-
man.
It's there all year.
Yeah, just flip the switch. The wires are gonna be the same color as the house paint.
I love it.
Yeah, you just turn that puppy on. Done.
I think we're done.
Okay.
Maybe this is your. Oh no, that's the other switch in here. Okay, so you got 3 fluorescents in here. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And they all work on the one switch.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the GFCI type of an outlet?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll have these in the bathrooms,
Ground
kitchens.
fault current interrupt.
Yes, exactly. Kitchens, baths, and garages. Anything that has a blue sticker like this,
Yeah.
it's protected by one of those.
Okay.
So if this outlet stops working,
Yeah.
go to the next closest GFCI.
Yeah.
See about just resetting that, and that should
Oh.
restore power.
Wait, so if
This
an outlet
blue
has
sticker.
that blue sticker.
Correct.
That means it's protected.
By a
A
GFCI.
GFCI. So if that outlet with the blue sticker stops working, then come reset the breaker on the closest GFCI and that might fix the problem.
Correct. And
Awesome.
if that doesn't fix the problem, then you'll go outside to the main breaker box and see if that takes care of it.
Okay?
So one of those are the solars. The other one down here is the ground for the house. And I'm not sure what the extra one is. Actually, we can find out right now. Why not? Lighting. Maybe we can. They didn't have it in there. That just shows the lights. Garage light, toggles. They might have it in there. That's supposed to be like page 4, I think. Tile. Low voltage options. Wireless access point, I saw.
Maybe it goes up to that Christmas light.
Maybe.
We can figure it out someday, buddy. I'll just bring it a tracer.
We'll find out for you.
Okay.
Today.
So the question is of these 2 little metal panels over here?
No, I know what,
One is-
I know what 2 of them are, I just don't know what the extra one is.
Oh, there's 3.
Junction boxes for future junction boxes.
No, one is a pre-wire, the junction for the solar. The other one is for the ground, is the ground for the house.
Okay.
So this one is the one that I'm in question, because I believe that's your solar.
That one's solar, the far
Yes.
right by the door.
Yeah,
And the bottom one is ground for the house.
yeah.
And the middle one, we're not sure what the middle one's for. Okay.
And Peter, the electrician.
Peter's the superintendent.
Okay.
Peter, question. Buddy has every electrical option you can possibly imagine. Ground, solar. What's the extra?
It's not TV. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Peter. How you doing? I'm recording this for posterity,
Yeah.
so we remember every instruction.
Yeah, congratulations. How you doing, sir? John? You're
Yeah. No, I was a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just helping out.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
So ground, solar. What's the extra?
Well, no, the furthest one in the garage. No, I think.
Car charger.
Car charger. Go over there.
Solar.
That's solar. Then this is your friend, the main grounding.
Yep.
This one.
They have the Christmas light package.
Well, the Christmas package should be outside.
It is.
It's outside.
I just didn't know if that had anything to do with it.
No, it has nothing to do with this. This one should be the one for the gas.
Gas.
The equipped valve.
Okay.
The equipped valve, because there were times